Well, here we go with Papa Smokes. We are off, and here in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, live for Proving Ground. This is going to be one hell of a night here. Action is going to be hot and heavy, starting the night off with two familiar names to the Saskatoon scene. We are going to get to see Davey O Doyle, who, if anybody was following us in the summer during the Food Truck Wars, they would know that when we had that inaugural kickoff, Davey O Doyle, the big winner of the inaugural Prairie Pro Wrestling Lethal Lottery Tournament.
Here we go, Munson. Here comes Davey O Doyle. He's looking wild as usual. This is going to be great.
This is going to be a great way to fire up the crowds here in Saskatoon, as well as all around the world. So if you're tuning in for the first time to Western Canadian Pro Wrestling, you're going to want to keep your eyes glued to this young man, Davey O Doyle. Quite a superstar in the making that we have here, and we're happy to have him on Prairie Pro Wrestling. You can see the fans very excited to see Davey O Doyle here tonight. Everybody very familiar with this man. They want to see what he's going to bring to the table inside of a Prairie Pro Wrestling ring.
His energy is absolutely infectious. I know the fans feel it throughout the crowd. He gets in there and gives it his all every single match. Davey O Doyle, truly a spectacle to watch.
Definitely, but it's not going to be an easy task here tonight. Davey O Doyle is going to be going one-on-one with the smartest man in professional wrestling today. He is Bucky McGraw. And we know that Bucky McGraw, if anybody has been following us here on YouTube, would have been able to see the video that Bucky McGraw put out prior to this show going live, saying that he's prepared to re-educate everybody in the ways of wrestling here tonight. And that's, if you didn't catch that video, you can go back and click onto our YouTube channel here. You'll be able to check out that video as well as any other videos that we've released here on YouTube so far. We'd also appreciate if you give us a subscribe and give us a like and help us out. Get the word out about Prairie Pro Wrestling and about Western Canadian wrestling in general. Big fans of what goes on here in Canada. I think in many ways we have some of the best when it comes to professional wrestling worldwide here.
No question about that, Munson. You're even seeing some of that in this very first match. And as Bucky McGraw said, he's going to re-educate the fans and the wrestlers of Prairie Pro Wrestling.
And Bucky McGraw is quite a veteran of the squared circle here in Saskatchewan, especially in Western Canada and stuff. He's had a lot of great matches, a lot of great opponents that he's had to go up against. This is going to be an absolute blast here tonight, Papa Smokes. It looks like there we go with the PPW Super Fam, and the signs are out looking like Bucky needs a re-education, according to our good old friend Marcel out in the crowd there tonight. A lot of familiar faces out in the crowd tonight. It was great to see there, Papa Smokes. It's absolutely wonderful to be able to be in amongst the PPW nation, the people who make this possible for all of us here and everything. You know, you really get to be a part of the wrestling community when you come to these shows live and experience what Canadian wrestling has to offer.
That's right, Munson. I really couldn't be any more excited about this than I already am. You know, this whole concept of Prairie Pro Wrestling started as a small idea. It grew into a dream, and then after years, months, weeks of hard work, of worrying, of spending, it all comes down to tonight, the very first show, Proving Ground for Prairie Pro Wrestling. I'm just absolutely pumped about this.
Yeah, and there is a lot to prove as we go into the collar and elbow tie-up to start this match off here. Davey O Doyle pushing Bucky McGraw back into the corner, taking an early little bit of control of the matchup.
Nice clean break. The boys are going to keep it respectful for now. We'll see how this goes throughout the rest of the match.
Again, now we're into that headlock there from Davey O Doyle. The opening stages of the match really going to be a feeling out process, even though these two gentlemen are very familiar with each other from the Canadian wrestling scene and stuff like that. Everybody wants to step up their game. Everybody wants to do something a little bit different here with Prairie Pro Wrestling. So therefore, they're going to want to feel each other out, figure each other out, and see what each one has to bring to the table. And if you're following along with us right now on social media, you can go ahead and use the hashtag O'Doyle versus McGraw to talk about this particular match. Remember, you can follow us on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well, too. There's Bucky McGraw there, easing out of that one. Now he's got the armbar on Davey O Doyle, but Davey O Doyle now with a reversal and an armbar of his own.
This is nice to watch Bucky McGraw, an obvious tactician of technical wrestling. He uses his head, he uses his superior intelligence in the ring, and he's a chain wrestler. It's hard to get a hold of Bucky McGraw. He will reverse the hold you have on him. He will get you in some uncomfortable situations, and you got to watch him at all times.
And it's nice to see some good old-fashioned wrestling going on here tonight already, Papa Smokes, as we kick the night off. These guys aren't going at a high-flying, high-quick pace right off the start. They're going to ground each other. They're going to get those holds in, make sure to break their opponent down little bit by little bit to make sure that they can get that upper hand so that they can start to deliver those bigger, powerful moves to put their opponent away later in this match. Nice counter there from Bucky McGraw to get out of that one. Some of that intelligence really shining through on Bucky's part there. But I guess maybe a little too much arrogance on Bucky's part there as Davey O Doyle rolls him up. Only a 2 count though, not quite enough to put him away.
I like O'Doyle's style too. He prefers the fundamentals. He's going to work that headlock. That's taken the steam out of Bucky McGraw slowly but surely, and just like you were saying, some of these holds are integral to your overall match strategy in order to weaken and slow down your opponent.
Blocked by O'Doyle there. Holding onto the ropes for support. Bucky is down. And what do we got going on here? Davey O'Doyle's got Bucky up. There's only one place to go when you're up, though. But Bucky found a way out of that one. And the hip toss takes Bucky McGraw down. And beautiful body slam from Davey O Doyle.
A smart move on Bucky to ditch out of the ring at this time. Maybe get his composure back a little bit, a couple minutes of rest. He'll be back.
Well, when you have an opportunity to utilize the 10 count, you might as well use it to your advantage. The fans trying to encourage Bucky back into the ring, really trying to antagonize him here. They're really behind Davey O Doyle in this one. And Davey O Doyle not going to wait for that 10 count. He's pulling Bucky and McGraw back into the ring right now. The referee just about got a taste of the corner action there. Oh, and right off the turnbuckle goes the head of Bucky McGraw. A lot of focus in on the head of Bucky McGraw here tonight. Again, you know, we talk about his intelligence strategy, but if you take away all that brain power and stuff like that with those headshots, inevitably the smartest guy in the room is not going to be able to do much thinking.
This is another thing with Davey O'Doyle's style. He likes to gain momentum. He's always building momentum all the time, and if you let him get going like that, he's a freight train out of control. You have a hard time stopping him, so Bucky McGraw's got to get some offense in here in a big hurry.
Those shots hammering down like thunder upon the face of Bucky McGraw. Bucky looks like he's absolutely on Dream Street once again, rolling to the outside to utilize that 10 count to his advantage. Much to the displeasure of the PPW Nation here in Saskatoon tonight, they are not liking the strategy by Bucky McGraw here at Papa Smokes. looks like Bucky asking the ref for a little bit extra time or a timeout there by the looks of it, hoping to maybe make that distraction, giving himself a little bit extra time, shake off the cobwebs and get back into this thing. Once again, Davey O Doyle pulling him back in, but Bucky barely escaping that one narrowly.
It looks like McGraw might have taken a shot on the bridge of the nose there. I wonder if he's having a bit of trouble with his vision at this point. But he's taken the upper hand in this match for now.
Either way, the adrenaline seems to be kicking in, and Bucky is at full speed. Hammering Davey O Doyle with those corner shots now. We're down. And a kick out at 2, not quite enough to put Davey O Doyle down there. Bucky McGraw, very methodical, taking his time, really thinking out his next move in this matchup. Now laying the boots to Davey O Doyle on those ropes. Now the question here, Papa Smokes, is Bucky McGraw spending a little too much time looking at the fans, paying attention to what the fans are thinking, and not enough time on somebody the caliber of Davey O Doyle?
Yeah, I think you're right about that, Bobby. He's playing to the crowd when he should be keeping strong on Davey O Doyle. You can't let Davey O Doyle have any room to breathe. He'll turn around and beat you.
And we go into the pin, and Davey O Doyle kicking out once again. Bucky McGraw going to have to go back to the drawing board and see what he can do in order to keep Davey O Doyle down for that 3 count. Now firing back with those hard fists right to the stomach of Bucky McGraw, but a knee takes Davey O Doyle right back down. Bucky now back in control.
A nice hold there, Munson, a cravat, kind of like a necktie type of a hold, and then he's just going to dig those knees into the head area of Davey O Doyle. This is a really nice technique, possibly borrowed from MMA style fighting.
And you can see the damage it has done to Davey O Doyle. His arms are going very limp. You can tell that maybe not enough oxygen getting to the brain, so the rest of his body is now starting to quit on him. Bucky McGraw is firmly in control of this thing. If he keeps it up, it's only a matter of time before Davey O Doyle is going to fall victim to Bucky McGraw here tonight. Locked in with that chin lock there. Really going to cut off the circulation to the brain of Davey O Doyle, who's already taken enough damage to the brain. But he's fighting back. I mean, call it what you will, but it's a lot of tenacity inside of Davey O Doyle. He's not a quitter by any means.
Oh yeah, that's the understatement of the year.
Bucky going for the cover. Only a 2 count. Not managing to get the 3. Those legs had a little too much freedom. Davey O Doyle allowed to get the advantage there and kick out. Now the fans trying to get behind O'Doyle, rallying together, trying to really pump this man up, because you know what? Once the fans start getting that adrenaline flowing through Davey O Doyle, we know that he can fire back like nobody's business. As you're seeing right now. Oh my goodness. Through to the corner. Oh my goodness. Roll up. Only a 2. Not quite enough.
That was close, and here's like what we talked about before. McGraw's got to not let O'Doyle get momentum going here, because he's almost unstoppable when he gets that.
But again, McGraw going back to work Davey O Doyle like this, just really taking down all that momentum that he keeps gaining.
Yeah, this is sound strategy right here. He's sapping Davey O Doyle of his strength, of his oxygen, and I'm not sure how much he has left in the tank.
I'm starting to think now that the re-education that Bucky was talking about is showing that he's been spending the time watching his opponent's matches from the past, really watching what they do and planning to come out here with a strategy to beat them all. I mean, he has come out here looking better than I've ever seen Bucky McGraw look in quite some time here. Drop kick to the stomach, taking Bucky down. And Davey O Doyle really getting the momentum back. There we go. He's getting all fired up, stomping that ring. Going to get the audience behind him. And a big splash to the corner. There we go. He's pumping her up now, Papa Smokes. He thinks he's got this one in the bag.
Yeah, this is what McGraw doesn't want, is O'Doyle stomping all over the ring. That is not a good sign.
Belly-to-belly suplex there, going for the cover, hooks the leg. And two, just two. Oh my goodness, that was close though. We could be looking to put an end to this thing right now. We know that this is leading up to one of O'Doyle's finishing maneuvers here. There it comes, but no, Bucky McGraw getting the feet up just in the nick of time.
Whoa.
Watch out, Davey O Doyle. Oh, no, not quite. Couldn't quite get all of it, but you know what? Bucky using it to his advantage anyway. He's going to turn this one over into the sharpshooter, and Davey O Doyle is a long way from the ropes, Papa Smokes. This could be it.
Classic Canadian submission hold here. O'Doyle's in all kinds of pain. Can he make it to the ropes?
Keep it in mind the physical beatdown that Davey O Doyle's taken. It's going to be difficult. He is reaching, and he's got her. The hold must be broken. The amount of damage that would have done to the lower back of Davey O Doyle, coupled with what's been done with the headshots here, Davey O Doyle is taking an absolute ass kicking here tonight. Davey O Doyle looking like he's on Dream Street, but no. Look at this, he's got Bucky. Oh my goodness! Hooks the leg! And we have our first victory here on Prairie Pro Wrestling, Papa Smokes.
Woo, it's over.
Davey O Doyle.
McGraw going down to Davey O Doyle.
But you know what, at the same time, what a great effort from Bucky McGraw. I mean, I have not seen him be better in quite some time. A great start for both these guys here at Prairie Pro Wrestling's Proving Ground.
It sure was, but the spoils of victory go to Davey O Doyle in this one. He's soaking up the cheers of the fans, and he's loving it in Prairie Pro Wrestling.
I mean, this man is off to a hot start. Like we said, the winner of our inaugural Lethal Lottery Tournament from Food Truck Wars in the summer there, having knocked off the likes of El Asesino and Sheik Shabazz along the path. I mean, this guy is one of the future of Prairie Pro Wrestling as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.